I know. Welcome back to my channel. jdevinci here with some tattoo content. I know it's been a minute since I've come on YouTube to actually talk about tattoos. It's been a minute since I've actually been tattooed. And even though I have been tattooing behind the scenes, I just haven't felt the need to share it to YouTube. YouTube is such a nasty place. Everybody seems to be a tattoo master judge where they can be rude and nasty. I normally block negative comments, but I've gotten way too many requests on people just hitting me up on Instagram. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at jdevinci if you don't already. But people are like, oh, I want to start tattooing. What do you think I need? I felt like I've made sufficient videos of where I kind of told you guys what you needed. But this video, I'm going to share with you guys like 10 to let's say 15 items at most, what you need to get started tattooing at home. Just give or take. Don't feel like, oh, I don't have that item, I can't tattoo. Don't do that. So let's just hop straight into this video because I have nothing else to say, but I hope you guys enjoy this tattoo video. More tattoo content coming up. Thank you guys so much for your patience and just being patient with me. I hope you guys show me some love. So yeah, let me know if y'all want more tattoo content. Let's get right into it. The first and very foremost thing that you're gonna need is tattoo gloves. You're gonna need a bunch of these. These are size small, medium gloves. In some of my videos, people get so pissed off at me for wearing like oversized gloves. I'm gonna just tell you guys why I prefer to wear at least a size up. These are small, medium gloves. And even though they fit, when you're tattooing, let's say in the middle of the tattoo, you get up and you need to go to the bathroom. You wash your hands, you dry your hands, you come back and you try to snag on these tiny gloves, they start ripping. It's just too hard to actually change gloves in the middle of your session when your gloves are too small. And people are like, you need to size down in your gloves, and I'm like, you need to mind your business. I've used smaller gloves before, and me during the process of using them just makes my life more difficult. Granted, I don't need to be using extra large gloves. Size medium to large would be my fit. I prefer black gloves, but these blue gloves are on sale. Some people are allergic to latex, so stock up on gloves. You're gonna always need gloves. You need gloves to clean your machines, you need gloves to do your tattoo, you need gloves to set up your tattoo, you need gloves. The next item that you definitely need is paper towels. I personally prefer Bounty, even though they're more expensive. Bounty, when you're wiping, it just doesn't shred. So definitely make sure you stock up on paper towels, stock up on gloves. Those are two items that are necessities when it comes to gloves, prep work, and like your cleanup process. Another thing that I think that you guys need, green soap. I personally prefer to use green soap. Some people like to use Don't Kill Me, alcohol, witch hazel, that kind of stuff. Alcohol kills the germs, but alcohol burns the skin. Green soap is going to make your tattoo life that much easier. I love the smell of green soap. Green soap literally reminds me of a tattoo shop. So green soap is something that you're gonna need. I'm gonna link everything below. Amazon has a bunch of stuff. Before we get anywhere else, another thing that you're going to need are this item that I'm going to show you. It's like give or take. Some artists don't like using them, some artists do, but these are going to be grips for your tattoo machine itself. I like to use these because it just makes holding the tattoo machine that much more comfortable. Sometimes when you're tattooing for let's say 6 hours, your hand might cramp up, and or you know, just imagine writing standards. I don't feel like tattooing is a standard, but just imagine writing standards. You just want some grip. It really does make a difference. When I first started off, I did not have grip tape. I didn't really want to invest in myself. I think that these little tiny details, for one, when you invest in your craft, you just want to put more time, energy, and effort into actually learning how to do it, you know, how to work it, whatever it is. Grip tape, I love it. It's definitely very cheap. You can get a whole 24 pack on Amazon, different colors, and it's definitely going to help you out when it comes to bettering your tattoo. Invest in yourself. I'm going to link everything below. I'm going to try to keep it as beginner friendly, cheap as possible, but you need it. The next item that is on the list, I don't have it in my hand, it's actually in the other room, is Aquaphor. I personally prefer Aquaphor. Some people like Vaseline. I don't like Vaseline personally because I think Aquaphor has more healing properties in it, so I like Aquaphor. Some people are like, well, what is it for? You use Aquaphor to glide that needle through the skin. You can't not use anything because then you'd be damaging your client and or yourself if you're planning on tattooing yourself at home. The next item that's on the list is definitely give or take. You really don't need it, but I think that you do. It's called Sanitarium. What it is like second skin. So this is used for after the tattoo because a lot of people don't know how to make sure their tattoo is not going to get infected. They don't know how to aftercare when it comes to the tattoo. So let's say you just got finished tattooing tattooing, you clean them down with your green soap. I personally like to pat the area dry before putting on the Sanitarium because I noticed that if I just wipe it down with the green soap, and then put the Sanaderum on, it doesn't stick. The Sanaderum is used to just heal your tattoo. It's just like your natural body oils, just heal the tattoo. I love Sanaderum. I was introduced to it on my neck tattoo. It has transformed my life when it comes to tattooing. I remember when I used to get tattooed in the past. I got my first tattoo when I was 13. When I used to get tattooed in the past, we just used to get tattooed. They would wrap us with like some saran wrap, and then you kind of would go. They'd be like, oh, take it off after an hour, and then you have ink everywhere. You have ink all over your sheets the next morning when you wake up. You're like, oh, should I wash my tattoo now? Do I need to put some Vaseline Aquaphor on it now? Like, I just did it an hour ago. Is it infected? Do you I don't know if you remember, if you're Generation Z or what, but that was my upbringing with tattoos. So when I was introduced to the Sanaderum by my tattoo artist friend who tattoos me normally, I was like, so I just leave it on? And he was like, yeah. And I said, for how long? He was like, 3 to 5 days, but the longer you leave it on, the better. So I'm like, so I leave this on my neck for 5 days. And he's like, yeah. I said, and I just take it off. And he was cracking up because I was serious. When you take it off, it does hurt. Go in the shower, take it off with some water and soap, and kind of like start off by taking off the edges and then rip that bitch off because it's gonna hurt. Sanaderum is going to change your life. It's definitely expensive, but like I said, investing in your craft is what you're gonna need to do. If you want a tattoo and this is what you want to do, you need to invest in your craft. I need to get me some black gloves because these blue are giving me very Dead President vibe. The next thing that I like to use, and I personally think that you should just get it, is the dental paper, some saran wrap. Food for Less low-key has saran wrap in bulk, but I found that big bulky one from Amazon and I still have it. It's been like a year, still have it. So definitely bulk up in the items, especially if they don't expire. Ink does expire, just so you're aware, ink does expire. The dental paper, I like to just lay it down on my surface, and I normally like just tape it down just so when during the process of tattooing, it's not like moving around getting everywhere, you know, making a mess. The items that I'm talking about, they kind of come in bulk, and you just like buy it once and then you have it and you look professional and you like look like you know what you're doing, and that's like half the battle. Another reason for the saran wrap, I normally use clip cord covers and this little tape stuff, barrier tape, to wrap around my machines. I understand that all this stuff is expensive. It can get expensive. I actually have a full video of how I prep my machine, but I think I need to update it. I need to do another one because when I went back to look at it, I'm like, I don't do that anymore. You know, like I've made life a little easier, so I'm gonna have to update a lot of this stuff because a lot of those videos are really old. Granted, I edit and cut stuff. People just get so butthurt about it, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna link everything below. Dental paper, saran wrap, I think you need clip cord covers, barrier film, barrier tape. Just get your machine together. Those are just the bare minimum of the things you're gonna need. The next item that you're going to need are ink cups. I can sacrifice an ink cup for you guys. I got this from Amazon and it comes with like a bajillion. I really prefer the big ones, especially when it comes to larger pieces. I like to use the big one because if I use a tinier version, which I have somewhere around here, if I use a tinier version, I have to kind of stop mid-session, touch my ink, change my gloves, touch my ink, pour it in here, close it up, put on new gloves. It's just too much work rather than just getting a big cup. Granted, if you pour too much ink, you're gonna waste ink, but kind of trial and error. I think that you guys are going to need an assorted amount of tattoo needles. Well, I think when beginning, the assorted just allows you to find out what you like. You know, like in this one, it has round liners, it has tapers, it has shaders, so it kind of has everything that you could possibly need to do a tattoo. And a lot of you guys are like, which ones do you like? Which one is the best to use? Honestly, it's going to be up to you. It's going to be a trial and error. Maybe just order one assorted at a time or two, because granted, they're not that expensive. You're gonna have to find out what you like. A lot of people are like, well, how do I know that the ink cartridge is gonna fit? Normally they're pretty universal, and let's say on Amazon, when you are shopping for needles, in the description it tells you like good for rotary pens, good for coil machine, but I prefer tattoo pen. I did start off with a coil machine because people are like, oh, you need to use tattoo, you need to start off with the original one, and I did. When you're starting, don't let anybody down talk you like, oh, you should be doing this, you got it. No, 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 no. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, especially if they don't do it. The next thing that I want to talk about is the tattoo machines itself. I have a ton of videos rating Amazon pens, telling you guys my favorite. As of right now, still my favorite is the Mass Archer. I just love that it's wireless. I can charge it, put my needle in there and kind of just tattoo. It's so easy. It's so easy to cover. It definitely holds a long battery life. If you're a beginner, I think that it's best to kind of get a kit, because when buying a kit, it comes with, let's say, your foot pedal that you're going to need, and it comes with a power supply. Everybody's like, oh, where did you get the pink power supply? Amazon. I'll link it below in case you guys are interested. But if you start off with an actual kit, it just gives you everything that you need, and you're going to always be able to use the foot pedal. You're going to always be able to use the power adapter, and they're pretty universal for all machines. I haven't had any machine so far that I wasn't able to use with this power supply in particular. I definitely think that if this is your first time tattooing and you're trying to build your kit, getting a tattoo kit is the best way to go when it comes to the machine, because it already has the power supply, it already has the foot pedal. Normally when you go out and you buy like the pin itself, let's say, the rotary machine, it might not come with a foot pedal and it might not come with an adapter. So you could have spent $150. Now you're going to spend $400 for adapter and a power supply and a foot pedal. The next thing, of course, that you're going to need are inks. Let me just go pick up some ink for you guys so you guys can see. So you guys, I'm very not prepared right now. My inks are actually in the back where I tattoo. I like Intense due to the fact that I like the fact that they have kits and or sets that you can buy. I love the vibrancy of the actual colors, like when it comes to color packing. If you like to do cartoons or if you like to do colors, I like the vibrancy of the colors. I like the different colors that they offer. And when it comes to black, I like to use Super Black. A bunch of my clients are African Americans, we're black. I noticed that a lot of the tattoos that they have had in the past, the ink looks green, and nobody wants to eventually have a green tattoo. And I think that's because a lot of people don't really tattoo black people. And I noticed that from when I watch Ink Masters, whenever a black canvas comes in, African American canvas comes in, people are like, oh my God, I don't want that person. I've never tattooed a black person before. And I feel like you're not an ink master if you don't know how to tattoo all skin complexions. So when it comes to tattooing black people, so far I like Super Black. It's stark black and it just really gets the job done. The only thing about it is when it comes to wiping, oh my gosh, wiping is a hassle, and it's just so annoying when it comes to wiping. Recap, building your tattoo kit. When it comes to the tattoo kits themselves, like I said, I genuinely like this Mass Archer. I love the feel of it. It's not too heavy. It's just the best tattoo pin at the moment for me. When it comes to color packing, when it comes to lining, it just really gets the job done. Granted, I've got a ton of these pins laying around. I have done videos where I tell you guys what I like about it. Used to do micro tattooing. If you want to do micro blading, whatever the case is, I have a video. I'm gonna link it below in case you guys are interested. Or if you're really wanting to do this, when I really decided that I wanted to tattoo, I had to invest in myself. Nobody else was gonna do it. I had to invest in myself and I had to make it happen. You know what I mean? So I hope that this was easy and I hope that it made it simple for you. I'm gonna link everything below so you can just click it, buy it if you so want to. More tattoo videos coming up. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Be nice. I do know that everyone is different when it comes to what they like to use for tattooing, whether it's inks, whether it's machines, coil machines, rotary machines, whatever it is. You're gonna have to find that along your journey of tattooing. No one will know that but you. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I have a ton of old videos, but I have a ton of new ideas that I want to redo for you guys because I do things a little differently nowadays. You know what I mean? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at jdevinci. Thank you guys so much for supporting all of my tattoo content. Even though it's been a minute since I've tattooed here on YouTube, I still have been tattooing in my daily life. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. I hope I touched all the points. If I didn't, I'm gonna link them below. Bye.
If another motherfucking bitch try me, they gon' have to find me. They gon' be on an IV. I'ma have them on the run like jdevinci.